From News Channel 15, you're watching News Channel 15 Tonight with Kyle Peach. This is News Channel 15 Tonight.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kyle Peach. Here's a look at what's going on. As the region continues to dig out from the winter storm, residents being warned to prepare for higher heating bills. In a Facebook post this week, WSJD reports that Mount Carmel Public Utilities says the massive national impact of the storm has driven natural gas prices higher. As a result, customers who heat with natural gas should expect above average heating bills for the end of January into February. MCPU is encouraging customers to conserve energy when possible, to help reduce the impact of those costs. Officials say customers who are struggling to keep up with those bills are urged to contact Mount Carmel Public Utility as soon as possible. Assistance and payment options may be available at 262-5151. Additional help may also be available through the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program known as LIHEAP. You're urged to contact your Wabash Area Development Incorporated office or the Imbra River Basin Agency for assistance. Officials say reaching out early can help you stay warm and avoid service interruptions as the extreme cold continues across the region. 5 cows died on Monday northeast of Mill Shoals after falling through the ice of a pond near the Robert Black residence. WFIW says Black owned 4 of those cows, the 5th owned by his father. Family members say they had been chopping ice at the pond's edge every day during the cold snap to ensure the cattle had access to water, and despite those efforts, the cows wandered onto the frozen pond and broke through the ice. Neighbors responded and managed to pull all 5 cows out of the freezing water alive, but they all 5 later died. The ongoing bitter cold has made conditions extremely challenging for local farmers who must chop ice daily to provide water for their livestock. Saturday night, Albion Fire Department called to a house fire in Ellery just into Wayne County. WFIW says the unoccupied home was already engulfed in flames when the call was made. Firefighters battled the fire for several hours in sub-zero wind chills and near blizzard conditions before returning on early Sunday morning. Looking at area court news now, 45-year-old Megan Valentine is set for a pretrial hearing Thursday in Edwards County Court. Valentine faces murder and additional charges in connection with the shooting death of her husband, Edwards County Judge Michael Valentine. She was arrested back in November of 2024. Megan Valentine held in the Wayne County Jail at Fairfield. 25-year-old Trevor J. Edwards of Fairfield has pleaded not guilty to charges stemming from a 2022 stabbing incident in Clay County. Edwards appeared in Clay County Court last week where probable cause was found for trial. He's charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and is accused of stabbing Gregory Hughes in the side with a knife during an altercation in April of 2022. Edwards, who has been released from federal prison after serving a 33-month sentence for trafficking in counterfeit goods, served an additional year behind bars after testing positive for drugs, including fentanyl, violating probation. Upon his latest release, Edwards was immediately served the Clay County warrant in the stabbing case. He's been released under pretrial conditions, including wearing an electronic monitoring device and having no contact with the victim. A pretrial hearing is set for March 23rd. 34-year-old Jeremy Berkla of Mount Carmel was in court for a pretrial hearing late last week, facing multiple domestic violence charges. WSJD says Judge Denton Aud ruled Berkla remain behind bars. A final pretrial hearing is set for February 12th. Berkla pled not guilty earlier this month to all charges, including aggravated domestic battery, after allegedly choking his girlfriend during an incident in November. He also faces charges of unlawful restraint, domestic battery, and interference with the reporting of domestic violence stemming from allegations he prevented the woman from leaving, struck her in the face, and took her phone to keep her from contacting police. Prosecutors have also filed a separate domestic battery charge related to an alleged incident November 21st, along with criminal damage to property for allegedly breaking the victim's window November 10th. A jury trial is set for March 2nd. Court records show Berkla had previously pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter in the 2012 death of Billy Gunzel and was sentenced then to probation and periodic imprisonment. Turning now to area arrests, 22-year-old Anthony Vasoli of Fairfield was arrested Friday on charges of armed robbery and domestic battery after an incident in which he allegedly brandished a firearm during a domestic dispute demanding money. WFIW says Vasoli was taken to the Wayne County Jail at the time of his arrest. He was serving 4 years of probation for involvement in the burglary and vandalism at the Fairfield light plant, a crime resulting in a significant fuel spill. Records show Vasoli owes over $63,000 in restitution for his share of damages in that case. Out of Carmi, back on Monday, 39-year-old William D. Wilson was arrested on a warrant dating back to January 5th for threatening a public official. We have that graphic to show you now. Wilson was taken to the White County Jail. Also on Monday, 45-year-old Robert Veach was arrested by Carmi police on a 2015 failure to appear warrant out of Edwards County. WRUL reporting he was later released after posting bond and is set to be in Edwards County Court February 2nd. Meanwhile, the White County Sheriff's Department arrested Marcelo de Vasquez at the Carmi McDonald's Friday for violating pretrial release conditions. He later appeared in court and pled guilty to aggravated domestic battery with strangulation, sentencing set there for March 20th. On Monday, Holly Musgrave of Enfield reported to the White County Sheriff's Office that her vehicle was stolen from Mount Vernon, Indiana while she was in rehab. Musgrave had an active White County warrant dating back to last November and was arrested for violating an order of protection. She was later released pending a court appearance. Also from White County, WRUL says Serena Dunn was arrested Tuesday at the probation office for violating a probation order in a 2020 case involving aggravated battery of a peace officer and meth possession. She was held at the White County Jail. And out of Lawrence County, WAKO says 2 people were arrested for domestic battery, 32-year-old Taylor Spitz and 20-year-old Alex Stevens. Both of Lawrenceville were arrested Monday and taken to the Lawrence County Jail. Saturday, Wayne County crews responded to a crash with a rollover on US 45 at the New Hope Curve. A single vehicle crash there. Both occupants had exited the vehicle before crews arrived and refused treatment. WFIW reporting that early last Tuesday, 26-year-old Alex Robinson of Fairfield sustained frontal damage to his Dodge Charger after reportedly striking a horse that had wandered onto County Highway 12. The Wayne County Sheriff's Department reports that Robinson said he could not see the black horse standing in the road west of Sisney. The horse, owned by Samuel Yoder of Johnsonville, Robinson was not injured. WSEI reports the Olney City Council met Monday agreeing to amend Title 13 for public services within the city's code. It heard an update on the joint dispatch budget, agreed to transfer funds from the Tourism Fund and Christmas Lights Display Fund back to the General Corporate Fund, amounting to $15,000. It agreed to sell one old riding mower and scrap out another. It accepted the quote to purchase a boiler valve for repairs at the city's sewer plant, approved the purchase request requirement for certain purchases, and noted that the work will resume on the Elliott Street Bridge project and work set to begin on the East Street Bridge, both by the end of March. It did note the city's snow emergency was lifted and approved the appointment of city employee Jeremy Thomas as the city's new supervisor of parks, retroactive to January 5th. We've got more to come. Weather is next, and then a brief look at sports. Stay tuned.
Are you living with chronic conditions or finding it hard to manage your health at home? If you're 18 or older, have a primary care provider through Wabash General Hospital, and live in Wabash, Edwards, White, or Lawrence County, our community paramedics can help. Get support in the comfort of your home, including follow-up care, home safety and medication education, vital sign checks, disease management support, and resource connections. Our certified paramedics will work with your doctor to provide non-emergent care to keep you healthy at home. Ask your WGH primary care provider for a referral to community paramedicine.
There's a lot of things that you can do to help and reduce your heating bills over the winter time. Open the draperies in the house. Let the sun warm the interior of your home during the day. That helps reduce some of that heating load during the day. Consider installing programmable thermostats. You can drop the temperature down while you're not there, or in the evening times when you're asleep, make the house a little cooler, and then have those programmable thermostats bring the temperature up at the times you're actually in the home, not away.
Welcome back. Time to talk weather. Much quieter than we last talked to you late last week. All clear on the radar tonight, but let's talk snow totals as we recap the big snowstorm from the weekend. Generally speaking, most of our region saw anywhere from 10 to 13 inches of snow. According to the National Weather Service, there was a pocket of 13 and 14 inch amounts or back around Mount Vernon, but 12 to 13 inches generally to speak of here across our region, a pretty epic snowstorm. Talking numbers today, though, we're dealing with the cold air that has followed that storm. 22, that was our high this afternoon, following a chilly morning low of 4 above. And we're not out of the deep freeze yet. We put the maps in motion. Here you see it earlier this afternoon. Clear skies throughout the afternoon hours, and we'll see some clouds starting to build in overnight and through the day tomorrow. The model's putting some precip in our area. I'm not buying that. On Thursday into Friday. If anything, it would be very, very light, but we're not expecting any sort of precipitation. As we move through the day on Friday, we'll see that passing of some Arctic air, though, that will give us another chill in the temperatures before we finally will get back above freezing, but it's going to be a long road to there. Clear skies to partly cloudy skies, some clouds developing overnight. Tonight, as we wake up tomorrow morning, single-digit temperatures, 2 degrees in Newton, 5 in Olney, 8 in Mount Carmel and Albion, maybe 10 degrees, the warm spot down in Carmi and McLeansboro. On Thursday, the highs will struggle to reach the low to mid-20s, 19 in Newton, 24 in Carmi. That's the range for the highs on your Thursday. Another cold night, Thursday night into Friday morning, single digits once again, 3 in Newton, 5 in Olney and Lawrenceville, 7 across the Route 15 corridor from Fairfield, Albion to Mount Carmel, 8 and 9 down in McLeansboro and Carmi. On Friday, the temperatures will be in the teens for highs, a mix of sun and clouds. 15 up in Newton, 18 Albion and Carmi as well, most of us in the upper teens. We finally start to warm up, though, as we move toward the end of the weekend. Single-digit lows over the weekend, but warming to above freezing for the first time, it looks like, next Tuesday, when the temperature reaches a balmy 33 degrees, still some 9 degrees below normal for this time of year. That's your forecast. Sports next.
Get your new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Lease a new 2025 Ford F-150 for $484 a month, or lease a 2025 Bronco for $493 per month on a 36-month lease. Find your new vehicle at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Your best deals are at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a 2026 Pacifica with 1.9% financing, or lease a 2026 Wrangler for $397 a month. See store for details and go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Teaching kids about money is an important step, and the Student Plus account from the First National Bank makes it simple. It's a free checking account designed for students who are learning to manage their own spending, with tools that help parents stay connected. With spending limits, real-time alerts, and instant transfers, students can build smart money habits while parents have peace of mind. Getting started is easy. Visit the nearest branch to open a Student Plus account and choose the features that fit your family best. The Student Plus account from the First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
Member FDIC.
I chose Wabash Valley College because I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school. And today I can say it was the best decision that I could have made. When I was here, I had the chance to join different clubs and to take a couple different classes, and I really expanded on my interests. In my classes, I learned what I liked and I learned what I didn't like. So I did get to meet new friends. I joined a bunch of clubs, practiced some leadership skills, and kind of gradually grew into adulthood here. And so I'm very grateful for that. My name is Jonathan Leach. I graduated in 2013 from Wabash Valley College, and that is why this was the best decision for me.
Welcome back. It's time now to talk sports. That's sports. The winter storm has played havoc with our area sports schedules. No local scores to report so far this week. We do have the latest on cancellations, though, both on our website, my15news.com, our Facebook page, and also scrolling as warranted on the screen here on News Channel 15. We'll keep you up to date on the latest with the school closings and sports closings and all of that. And hopefully soon we'll have more sports to tell you about. That's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Kyle Peach from all of us at News Channel 15. Have a great night.